One day, God will come and he will place a demand on your appetite. As funny as this thing sounded that I just said, heaven is waiting for you for the day that you will begin to cry for a desire that you want to press into more of him. And then he will look at you and he will say, that thing that you cannot do without, that's what I want. If I begin to look, you know what begins to happen? For example, I'm looking at you now. There are plenty of people here. Okay? As I'm looking at you, because I'm still conscious, I can see joy a little bit. Not completely, but I can see her a little bit. But if I keep looking at you, I keep looking at you, I keep looking at you, and the more I keep looking, I get engrossed in looking at you. It will get to a point that it's not only that I will not see joy and see James, I will not even see the clothes you are wearing. The focus will be so much that it will become single. It can even get to a point that I'm looking at your face, I'm not even seeing your ears. All I can see is your eye. That's the mystery of looking. That when we begin to look, one of the things that begins to happen is that every other thing becomes a distraction. And so when John began and he said, after this, I looked. What was happening to John was that at this point, he has shut out every other thing. He had a desire, but he must wait for an invitation. And for that invitation to come, the one who invites must be satisfied that your looking is with an intention. And so that's why when we begin to fix our gaze and we desire God and we are pressing into dimensions in God, it doesn't always just show up. He needs to be sure that it is him you want to see. And the way it happens is that you look long enough till every other thing becomes a distraction. The things that you would have seen and that would have pleasured you, they begin to become distractions. So then you will find out that that man who cannot do without food, all of a sudden, one point God begins to place a demand on him. At first, he will start to fast and he will do till 12. And then somebody will probably start cooking something. And that guy will now hear the voice of the Lord say, my son, you can break now. That voice is not the original voice of God, but we used to hear it very well. Say, the Lord has permitted me. That very man will get to a point in his life where he begins to press into God, that even when it is 6 o'clock and he gets the food before him and he puts it in his mouth, he feels as though he's doing something wrong. Not because it is wrong, but because he's becoming consumed by something. He's beginning to look at something that is bigger than the food. Why there are so many things about your body, I can fix my gaze on something as small as your eyes, and every other thing becomes small. I can concentrate at looking at you to a point that even if James speaks to me, I won't even hear him talk. Not that I did not understand, I would not hear. It has not happened to you before? When you were distracted, you were lost in something, and somebody was talking beside you, very loud, but you did not hear. There's nothing wrong with your ear, but the concentration of a man is so powerful that it can shut down the realities of every other senses that he has. That's how powerful a man's concentration can be. But before a man must get there, he must be lost in that which he's concentrating on.